This happened a few years back, when my now husband and I just began dating. He was living in a really cute house on a hill with his mom and stepfather. I have always been a believer in the paranormal. I even used to see things back when I was younger that still sends chills up my spine. Somehow I put a block to it, according to a close family friend of mine who's psychic, but part of me wanted to experience what I used to see again, now that I am older and feel that I could handle it. Anyway, when I first started going over his house, I remember one specific night he had asked me to come over for dinner as his stepdad was cooking up a storm. I remember sitting in the kitchen at their island and having a conversation with both him and his stepdad, when all of a sudden, the doorbell rang. They had a habit of keeping the front door open for their 2 dogs to stare out and gaze at the neighbors and birds that passed by. "Who was that?" I asked, looking around to see if we were expecting some more company. I knew something was wrong when my husband and stepdad looked at each other with a smirk. "You'll have to get used to that." His stepdad laughed. It was Edna. "Who is Edna?" I asked, preparing myself for the answer I knew was coming. "Our ghost." My husband said, "She's harmless. She just likes to play pranks, especially on people who are new to our home. Once you get used to her, she won't bother you no more. But the more you're afraid and react, the more she'll bother you." I tried to hide my fear the best I could, as I started to spend the weekends sleeping over. Late at night, there would be loud knocks coming from the basement, footsteps going up and down the stairs when everyone had gone to bed. But I have to say, what really put the cherry on top of this harmless haunting was when I was alone in my husband's room watching TV one night. He was in the basement doing his laundry, and his mom and stepdad were in the family room a floor down from me watching a movie. I heard footsteps coming up the stairs, but thought nothing of it and kept my attention on the TV. From the corner of my eye, I could make out a woman coming up the stairs, who I assumed was his mom. "Hi, Val," she said softly. "Hi," I replied. I felt rude that I didn't bother to turn my face to actually see her, but I was so in tune with the show I was watching, and heard the footsteps stop when she reached her room. Not too long after, I heard footsteps coming up the stairs again, and this time it made me jump. It was his mom who came into the room to say hi. "I didn't hear you go back downstairs again," I gasped. She looked at me confused, telling me she has been downstairs the entire time, and this is the first she is coming back up the stairs. I was scared, yes, I admit it, even regretting what I had mentioned before about wanting to experience the paranormal again. She helped calm me down and said, "Edna is just playing around with you." Edna was the previous owner of the home who died there of dementia and Alzheimer's. I guess part of her didn't ever want to leave, or she had some unfinished business to take care of. After that day, she would still pull some harmless pranks, like things going missing, things being placed in one spot and moved to another, my mother-in-law's windows being washed, and her seeing her apparition in the window smiling, my niece's toys being knocked over and no one there, and of course, messing with that damn doorbell again. My now in-laws have sold the house and moved down to Florida, but I still wonder to this day if the new owners are experiencing what we had. I hate to say that I miss these harmless pranks. I'll never forget you, Edna.